Hi folks, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming on to share with you some projects I made using the beautiful Imperial Indigo kits from AntonioMakes. As some of you might know, Antonio, who has a YouTube channel, an Instagram and a Facebook page, Antonio has opened his own website and he's selling the digitals he's created on it. Now, I was lucky enough for Antonio to send me a sample of these kits, and the one I'm using was the Imperial Indigo, but Antonio's kits are beautiful. Most of them are very vibrant compared to the type of kit that's generally found around the internet these days. Like most kits I find are they're a bit vintage. Well, they are vintage and they can be a bit grungy, but most of Antonio's are really vibrant, beautiful colours and really fresh, the sort of digitals you want to use in your summer projects. Now, he hasn't abandoned the vintage totally, and he has some lovely postcards, old photographs, similar, on similar lines to the Tim Holtz paper dolls. But anyway, I'll shut up and I'll show you my projects. But first of all, I'll give you a look at some of the digitals. Sorry, I'll put this out of the way. That's a cheeseboard. This isn't a cooking video. Calm down. These are some wonderful butterflies. And the kit being Imperial Indigo, everything is basically blue or has some kind of blue touches to it. And you can see what I mean by this paper here. You can see there's still a touch of vintage. Antonio hasn't abandoned vintage completely. Now, I've been cutting out some of these cut aparts. They are brilliant. And I've also punched out, butterfly images out of some of them. And here we go. Tags and hearts and corners if you're making a journal with this particular kit. More. Everything upside down. Sorry folks. Lovely little embellishments to add to your journal pages. And postcards. Now I'll show you, I have used the postcards and I'll show you what I did with them. I cut them out. Envelopes, different sized envelopes here. Aren't these beautiful? Isn't that dark blue fabulous? And more nice pages. And I've also used this particular page. I printed it out full-sized and I used it in a project. We'll get to it in a minute. There's a hint of pink there and a sort of vintage ledger effect. And there it is. I've done these, that's the full-size A4 and this is about A5 size, just to show you, you don't have to stick with what comes in the kit. You can play around with it on your printer, and if I can play around with it on my printer, you can, because I'm useless at things like that, at anything technical. There we go, lovely music paper with butterflies. And now the background papers, as you can see, blue. It's hard to get nice, decent blue background papers, but these are stunning. And then for those of you that just have to have your vintage music sheet, or vintage style music sheet. And I also was sent some of Antonio's glitter papers. Now, these they don't actually have glitter on them, but they're just that glitter style to use for backgrounds, and I'll be showing you what I did with these. Now, first of all, I made some cards. I needed some thank you cards and a few bits and pieces. I think you can see here, sort of vintage style, but still bright and blue and sparkly at the same time. Plenty of glitter, folks. That'll liven up the old vintage stuff. Thank you card with the beautiful bluebirds. And I made a flower. I just die cut part of the kit and layered it up to make a flower. Same here. I haven't put a sentiment on this particular card yet, but you can see I could add it across the top or put it inside. And here's another one, bit of ribbon. And this is a great way These small cards are a great way of using up all the bits and pieces you have lying around the place. So there you go, some ideas. Then we get back to the cheese board. I decided I would alter a cheese board and I would use this particular design in a large A5 size. So here we go. Now everything comes from Antonio's kits, all the paper bits, except the Sing Like a Bird sentiment here. I cut that out of a paper pad that I got at the works, and I've put in some lace I had in my stash as well. First of all, I sanded down the cheese board and painted it blue with my well, where is it? I use this acrylic paint. That's my favourite Reeves paint, powder blue. Brilliant stuff. Now I could have put another coat, but I mean, who's going to see it anyway? And then I got the glitter paper, just a minute. I took this paper here and I turned it over, put the cheese board on top of it and just tore it roughly around the edge. I didn't bother cutting it or doing anything fancy, and glued it on after I had run it through an embossing folder for a bit of texture. Now, there you are, you can see it here, and you can see a bit of the texture here. I swiped a distress ink pad over to give it, you know, some depth and a bit of extra colour. And then you can see the bird designs that I cut out here and here. And underneath it is a layer of cheesecloth, and then some lace from my stash. And then the rest is butterflies and flowers that I cut out and made up and added to it. So it was very easy to do. And also it was a long time since I altered anything, and I was delighted to get back into it. You can see the way the butterflies are cut from the paper, and I've inked around the edges. It's slightly vintage, but it's still bright, and I've used plenty of glitter on it. I'll show you now. This is the dye I use for the flowers. My first time using it, absolutely beautiful dye. Elizabeth Crafts, I think it's called Cornflower. Let's see. No, I can't. It just says Florals 15. That's all. And here's some of the distress inks I used. There's Chips Sapphire, Faded Jeans, Shaded Lilac, and good old brush corduroy. I just picked up whatever I found straight away. So there you are, folks. I hope this gives you an idea of how to use Antonio's digitals. I leave a link to his website, his Facebook page, his Instagram, his YouTube, etc., in the description box. Please go and check them out. He also has a lovely, bright, vibrant pink kit and reds and kind of playing card effect kits as well. So please check him out. He's starting out on his journey as, you know, a designer and an artist. So please give him some support, because we all like to be supported on our craft journeys. Now, I'm going to do another project using this kit. Now, would you like me to do another altered project, to alter something? I haven't got a clue. I'm looking at a watering can at the moment, but I probably won't alter that. Would you like another altered project, or would you like me to make a journal using this Imperial Indigo kit? So please let me know in the comments, and please enjoy your crafty time. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And please check out Antonio and all his various internet activities. Thank you. Bye.